We hear a lot about attachment styles that are unhealthy, about being anxiously attached or avoidantly attached or ambivalent but when we don't really understand what secure attachment is, we don't really have a idea of what we want to get to because attachment styles can be changed. If you have a unhealthy attachment style from when you were a child, because attachment styles are formed very early with the bond that you have typically with your mother, uh, you are not doomed to have that unhealthy attachment style for the rest of your life. You can work on it and get what's called a secure attachment. So here are some characteristics of people with secure attachment. So you can think about yourself and think, do I have this? Like, am I getting there? So one, they're comfortable with and without people. So they don't have to be with people to be okay, and they're okay if they are with people. Doesn't mean you can never want to be alone. That's fine. But you're okay. You're not desperate for having to have someone around you or just desperate for a relationship. You're okay with or without a relationship. Next one is they can maintain their individuality even if they're in a relationship. So they're not, when they're with someone else, they don't feel pressure or to be who the person wants them to be. They are who they are, regardless of who they're with. Doesn't change. They are individuals. They know who they are, comfortable with who they are, and they're going to maintain who they are, regardless of what's going on. The next one is they can tolerate disapproval. Now, disapproval is not comfortable or fun necessarily for anyone, even securely attached people, but they can deal with it. They don't fall apart. They don't get super defensive. They don't, have to adjust themselves to make the person comfortable with them or to approve of them. They can look at the disapproval and they can consider, is there any truth to this? What's going on with this? And they can handle it. They're open, supportive, and available in relationships. So when you're open in a relationship, it means that you are not guarded, you're not pushing the person away, you're not closed down and hiding who you are. You're open with who you are. You're available for emotional connection. You're available to listen and learn about the other person. You can be supportive and empathetic of other people and their needs. You can be warm and caring, and others in a relationship with someone like that will feel comfortable and they'll feel secure because the person is presenting a very healthy um, posture in a relationship. And it feels great to have somebody who is like that. They believe that they are worthy of having their needs met and their boundaries respected. So they will not, if somebody disrespects their boundaries, it's not like, oh, I'm used to that. Okay, no big deal. I'll give up my boundary. It's more like, this is not okay. Like this person is not respecting me, not respecting what I need. This person is not respecting the fact that I've stated that something's not okay with me. That will be a red flag to them and they will act on that. They respect others' boundaries. So they recognize that other people are who they are and that when somebody states what their boundaries are, they don't try to push them. They don't try to change them. They don't try to talk them out of it. They realize, okay, that's who you are. That's what you need. Great. They feel safe enough to be honest about feelings, beliefs, experiences, and shortcomings. So they can be open about who they are, even if it means sharing their negatives or their problems. They can accept the criticism and look at themselves and say, yeah, you know what? Sometimes I do that. I'm really not okay in that area all times. Or, yeah, you know what? I was kind of sharp with you. Or I was kind of abrupt, or I, I shouldn't have said it the way that I did. It's okay. They can look at themselves and they can be open about themselves. They are consistent and stable. Healthy, securely attached people are consistent. They're not and stable, meaning it's not always like up and down with their moods and their feelings. They're not changing what they need. They're not drama queens. They're not upset, producing chaos and all that type of thing. No, they're just really consistent. They are who they are. Sometimes when you're in a relationship with a securely attached person or two securely attached people together, it's kind of boring because there's not all this chaos and all this, kind of disagreement and argument and people having these mood shifts. It's just kind of just is what it is. They can respond rather than react to problems and challenges. So responding means that they stop, they think, they figure out what they believe and how they feel, and then they can choose how to respond. Reacting is meaning that the other person's action determines that how you are reacting. It's really quick. It's not thinking. Somebody does something and you're reacting. You're going to get upset. Somebody says something and you're going to get defensive. It's like you're not choosing how to respond. You're letting that other person kind of control you. They can resolve conflict and tolerate disagreement. So you don't have to have somebody that agrees with you. You aren't uncomfortable if people disagree. You can resolve conflict. You can deal with it. You have the ability to problem solve and to work through problems and conflict. So, what is your goal? Your goal is to become securely attached. Your goal is to be able to become healthier in your interpersonal relationships, to become healthier with yourself, become healthier in your relationship with the Lord, to grow in your relationship with the Lord and with other people. The good news is you're not stuck with this unhealthy attachment. Through therapy, through reading, through groups, like my classes are very helpful to guide you on along your way of becoming securely attached, giving you tools to deal with difficult people, helping you to learn boundaries. The Truth in the Mirror, which is my class for a healthy self-image, helps you go through all of the ways you've been impacted by other people and how it's harmed your self-image, and then how do you kind of reverse that and work your way to a healthy self-image and really know who God created you to be. All of these will help you to become more securely attached. So there are also lots of videos on YouTube and lots of articles on the internet and lots of books available on attachment if you're really interested in this. I would recommend that you look into some of those. So a few scriptures, as you know, I like to give you those. Solomon 2:4 describes a healthy attachment. It says, I am his and he is mine. His banner over me is love. Now we know that Song of Solomon talks about the Lord as a bridegroom to his bride. So this is the bride saying, I'm secure in my bridegroom's love. His banner over me is love. I'm mine and he is his. It's very secure attachment. Philippians 4:11 through 12 is I am not saying this because I am in need. This is the Apostle Paul writing this. He says, I'm not saying this because I'm in need, for I have learned to be content, whatever the circumstances. I do know what it is to be in need, and I know what it is to have plenty. I have learned the secret of being content in any and every situation, whether well fed or hungry, whether living in plenty or in want. Paul's saying, I'm okay regardless. Like I am comfortable, I am secure, I don't have to have my needs met, I don't have to have things perfect, I don't have to have everything going on right. I know who I am, I know who the Lord is, and I can handle it. Ephesians 5:28 says, in the same way, husbands ought to love their wives as their own bodies. He who loves his wife loves himself. So basically, feeling comfortable with who you are and being able to offer that same love to someone else. Colossians 3:12 through 14 says, therefore, as God's chosen people, holy and dearly loved, clothe yourself with compassion, kindness, humility, gentleness, and patience. Bear with each other and forgive one another of if any of you has a grievance against someone. Forgive as the Lord forgave you. And over all of these virtues put on love, which binds them all together in perfect unity. Sounds like a bunch of securely attached people who can do all of those things and see themselves for who they are and see others for who they are and give love and receive love. Ephesians 4:15 says, instead, speaking the truth in love, we will grow to become in every respect the mature body of him who is the head, that is Christ. So that is maturity, that is secure attachment. So all right, thank you for watching this video on Change My Relationship, and I hope that this helped. And I encourage you to check out my website and my resources to get more help as you navigate your dysfunctional relationships. God bless.